What's good, everybody? Today I decided to do something a little bit different. So with the help of my friends on Twitter, we got a new type of video. That's right, DJ spin my music.
Here's another Get More video with the VO hustler himself, Rob Moreira. Get more with Rob Moreira.
What's up, everybody? Rob Moreira here with another Get More with Moreira video. I always promise to give more, so you are definitely going to get more. Make sure you click that like and subscribe button, and also click on that bell icon so you can get notifications whenever I drop new content. So today I said I did something a little bit different with my friends off of Twitter. So today I did something I like to call this video part of, I don't know if it's going to be a series. We'll see. I don't think anybody's going to ask me that many questions, but you never know. This one is going to be called Twitter Asks. That's right, Twitter Asks. So I basically put out a call to my 1,414 followers out there, and I told them basically ask me whatever you want. It could be about voiceover, could be about anything. I really don't care. But you got a question, I'm going to answer it. That's right. So it's slightly different, but who knows? Maybe I might answer some questions that you had in mind. So how about we get to those questions? That's right. So I had a couple people on Twitter, a couple of my followers came through, and they actually went ahead and asked me a couple of questions. Some of them are interesting. Some of them are a little out there. But for the most part, they're all pretty good questions. So I'm going to go through them one by one and answer them to the best of my abilities. So, numero uno. This is actually a really good one. What is the difference between your mindset and what you see as the average standard? And how do you maintain your edge? Now, this is coming from my boy Damon Alums, also known on Twitter at Urban Legend VO. So Damon, so what is different between my mindset and what I see as the average standard? Well, you know, it's interesting because I feel like in terms of mindset, everybody's in a different place. You know what I'm saying? The person that's just starting out, they might be coming into voiceover because they need money. Some people might jump into voiceover because it's something that they were interested in. Some people jump into voiceover because they're really into anime. So many people jump into voiceover for so many different reasons. So it's kind of hard to even figure out what the average is. But I will say that one of the things that I think differentiates the way I operate is that I kind of see my overall business as not just me doing voiceover work, but I do see myself as a business. I see myself as a brand, and I try to act accordingly. You know what I'm saying? I call myself the VO hustler. I say that I always get, you always get more with Moreira, and I try to live by that with my clients. When they work with me, I always make sure that they get more and that things are easier. The get more is kind of an all-encompassing term for what they receive when they work with me. They get speed, they get ease to work with, they get the talent, which is not that I want to I'm saying, toot my own horn, but I've been trained as an actor for a very long time, and I've been an actor for a very long time. I don't want to age myself, but yeah. So I've been doing this for a bit, at least as an actor, and as a voice actor, I've been doing that for a while, the better part of a decade. So that's kind of what the Get More stands for. So I guess what differentiates me would be that I think of myself as a business and brand, and I conduct myself accordingly in everything that I do. The way I contact people, the way I interact with folks, the way I interact with other voice actors when they reach out to me on Facebook or Twitter. I do get a lot of questions, and I try to field them to the best of my abilities. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't claim to know it all. You know what I'm saying? And I know what works for me. And I try to make that clear. I try to tell folks that, what I do works for me. It may not work for you. Some aspects may work for you, but it's all different things. One thing I will say though is that I did operate one way before, and what changed me was working with my boy Corey Disson. He's a motivator, mentor, brand specialist. I mean, the guy is, I mean, he's a wealth of knowledge and somebody I highly recommend working with. My business was good before I worked with him, and after he and I kind of, we came up with a game plan for my business, when I started putting those things in play, and then took those things and made them my own, because I did, kind of, I adapted and changed what I had learned and kind of made it my own thing. That's really where it worked. You know what I'm saying? So, like, had I not worked with him, I would definitely not be where I'm at now. So sometimes you need to know when your business is stagnant. You have to be self-aware of your business. And you have to figure out what more you could do and how to do that. So working with somebody like Corey was absolutely that. So that's how I differentiate. I knew where I was weak. Figured out how to fix it, and I knew I couldn't fix it alone. So I knew when to call for help. I did, and sure enough, it worked out very well. So yeah, my man Corey Disson, Big Daddy Disson on Twitter. I'll make sure I put him in the description so y'all could check him out. All right. So moving on to the next question. Let's take a look. This one is coming from my boy Isaac Wolf. Now, this is a good one. What is the anime you would like to voice a character for? So this is my boy Isaac Wolf at Emblemaniac on Twitter. So, the anime you'd like to voice a character for? Man, it's tough. See, the thing is, I feel like I'd have to kind of backtrack a little bit. I don't really watch too much anime now. I saw Castlevania, loved it. I think Castlevania is amazing, so I guess that would be one. But I don't watch too much anime now. But if I were to go with something that's, I mean, I don't know how old it is. I mean, maybe it's no, but I would love Monster. I thought that was a great manga. I know it was English. I know it was English dubbed by. I know the main character, the Doctor, was done by Liam O'Brien, who I think is a fantastic voiceover actor. You could catch him on Critical Role. He plays with those guys quite a bit. But yeah, yeah. I guess if I had to like pick one that's currently going, it would be Castlevania. But if I could backtrack, I would love to voice Dr. Tenma in Monster. So yeah. Cool. This one is from my boy Jeffrey Baker at Jeffrey N. Baker. He asks, "What is your cold call / email process?" And this tweet was seconded by my homegirl. Here lies Anjali. Her name Anjali Kunapaneni. So, what is your cold call email process? So, I don't know if this is gonna disappoint people or what, but I don't have a cold call email process. I don't have one at all. I actually don't cold call anyone. I don't cold email anyone. Um, yeah, no. Which, I mean, could be, I don't know how you want to take it, but yeah, I don't have a process. Reason being is that my business has been built by mostly my agent at first, that was my first couple of years. And then from there was actually a lot of referrals. I get a lot of referrals. And I also get a lot of clients that just find me organically. I don't ask them how, really. Maybe I should, so it's easier to track what's working. But in my head, I'm like, if it's working, then let it do its thing. But yeah, a lot of people find me organically. So those are kind of the three things that work right now. I get bookings from my agents. I get a lot of referrals. The reason I get so many referrals also isn't because I'm just such an amazing actor. It's not that. It's that I'm bilingual. I speak English and Spanish. Um, I can speak both neutrally, which is a really hard find. I know I'm not the only actor that does that, but we're a little hard to find. We're a little hard to nail down. Sometimes you find somebody who speaks neutral Spanish who may speak English with an accent, and they don't speak it neutrally, or they are Hispanic, speak English but don't speak Spanish at all. So, so yeah, so that's one benefit of mine, and usually because the client will then hear my English. They'll just be like, oh, well, let's just have you do this English stuff as well. And then it just works that way. And then they call me because they know they're getting two languages with me neutrally that I could bang out quickly. Again, them getting more. So it kind of works. It's like the referral works because of what I, naturally grew up knowing. And then, my own mode of business kind of all makes it work. It's a happy circle of things. So yeah, I haven't needed to do cold calls or emails. I get just a lot of referrals. I have an amazing network of voice actors who recommend me so much. So I highly appreciate that. So thank you for all who have referred me at some point. I owe you. And also I'm on a couple of rosters as well. I am on a couple of rosters, internet rosters. So maybe that's how people find me too. I don't know. Could be. So yeah, I know, disappointing. I know you were looking for, some kind of mode to add into your own thing, but yeah, sorry, I don't have them. I do no direct marketing at all. Next, this was from Meliora Henning, at Meliora Henning, also known as the Elf Slayer. Best pre-session meal and music combos. It's an interesting question, hard question. For sessions in the morning, it's tough. I try not to eat too much because I don't want to overfill. I've had like a nice good like egg sandwich for breakfast, and that just makes my stomach go so in the session that's just no good. That happens a bit. So I try not to eat too much, and maybe like a hard-boiled egg if I even eat at all. I know it's terrible, I should eat breakfast, but sometimes I don't. I skip it. I just have a glass of water. um might be room temperature, depending. If it's a hot, balls hot day, I'll have a cup of ice water. I know people are gonna say, but why? It's gonna restrict your vocal capacity and blah. Listen, I hardly ever speak outside of my normal resonance and chamber, so I'm rarely stretching out what I'm doing. I almost exclusively do all my voiceover work in my normal speaking voice, so ice water is not bad. And my sessions don't go that long. I don't do audiobooks. I have done audiobooks, but I don't do them in my home booth. I just don't. Not in my business model. So yeah, so that would be my pre-session meal for breakfast. If it was lunch, I don't know. I'd try to eat it early. Again, I don't want stomach noises. That's kind of how I work. Yeah, so really anything, whatever you want. I have no secrets. I just like food. Didn't get this big by accident. I like to eat. Big boy gotta eat. As for music combos, that would depend if I happen to be doing any animation. So if I'm doing animation and it's not like your regular, you know, run of the mill lead character, um, I'll probably listen to, some music, heavy metal if he's a really whacked out character. I like to listen to heavy metal just to kind of put me in that, crazy headspace. But yeah, maybe not too much music, maybe something inspirational. I do a lot of commercials too, so if it's something that's heartfelt, warm, I'll listen to, some nice soft piano music to get me there, because that is kind of my Achilles heel. I can sound, inspirational and uplifting, but sounding warm is a little hard for me. So I usually have to get there by listening to soft piano, soft jazz, something like that, just to kind of get me in the vibe. Know what I mean? But yeah, those would be my suggestions. Next, now this wasn't a question. This is from my homie Andrew Arnett at Planet Jupiter. He just said mouth clacks with an exclamation point. So, it wasn't a question. So I'm going to respond with I know. Then we have my boy at J Robichaux, Jeremy Robichaux, the Raging Cajun. Greatest WTF, greatest what the moment in any Cartoon Network show. Whew. All right, so I got two. Now I'm really dating myself here. So when I was watching Cartoon Network, like on the reg, it was back in high school, which was a while ago. Dragon Ball Z was still new to us here in the United States, and so was Gundam Wing. I'm a big fan of both. If that wasn't obvious, I'm a very big Gundam fan. Still am. But yeah, you can't see them, but I got some Dragon Ball guys up there. We'll get to that. We'll get to that later. Um, yeah, so I guess two WTF moments from both of those cartoons. For the first one for Dragon Ball Z, gotta be when he first went Super Saiyan. That I think I remember saying exactly that. What the? Um, so yeah, Goku going Super Saiyan. That was a pretty WTF moment. For Gundam, I would say it was finding out that Zex Merquise, which was the dude with the cool metal metal thing with the Sephiroth looking hair in the back, was actually Miliardo Peacecraft. What? The same dude. So that was pretty WTF for me. Which, by the way, I'm just gonna pop over here so I could, hopefully put a picture over here. Um, did y'all notice that Miliardo Peacecraft had a kind of Sephiroth thing going on? He did have a Sephiroth thing. I didn't just make that up, but he had like it wasn't white hair. It was clearly a very light blonde, like really light blonde hair, but it was close to silver. I think there was something there. But anyway, yeah. So let's see. We're coming down to the last two questions. This was from Ian Harrington at Sid Part 2. LOL. Fave Batman story. Batman Hush. Batman Hush. Yep, Hush. Gotta be one of my favorite stories. With a really, really tight, quick second place with the Long Halloween. I think the Long Halloween is phenomenal. Yeah. Those two are just amazing. So Hush, I really like because I just love how many characters there were, and Jim Lee's art is just, mwah. I mean, come on, Jim Lee. Jim Lee's the man. I grew up with Jim Lee, reading his X-Men from the '90s, and then just him taking over and seeing Batman and Superman and Croc and all these characters. Jason Todd makes an appearance at the spoiler alert. Jason Todd makes an appearance at the end, or maybe it was Clayface. Like, you don't know what it was. Yeah, it was just wild, dude. It was just beautifully illustrated. Now with that being said, the Long Halloween was just a fantastic story. That was an amazing story. And again, it had like almost the entire Rogues Gallery, which I thought was fantastic. So another phenomenal story. So yeah, those two I would say are my favorite. Yeah, I guess Hush would be first. Or I don't know. Yeah, Hush would be first. I like the art attracts me more, but the story for Long Halloween I feel is a little stronger. And then last but not least, okay, this one's going to be a fun one. This one was not even a question, it was actually a request, again, from my boy Isaac Wolf, and he said, show off the toys. So, yeah, I'm going to show off the toys now. And before I do that, though, thanks for watching my video. Thanks for checking it out. If you dig what I just did, don't hesitate to ask questions on YouTube as well. I'll take those and I'll have kind of like an overall Ask Me Anything video next time. So if you have anything you want to ask me, I'll take a question, I'll save it for next week, and then I'll drop another video. Or maybe I'll do it sooner than next week. Who knows? We'll see how I'm feeling. If I get a ton of questions, then maybe I'll just answer some more later on during the week. What else are we doing? I'm stuck home anyway, right? We're all stuck at home. But yeah, so thanks for sticking around. Make sure, again, you hit that like and subscribe. Click on that bell icon so you can make sure you get notifications whenever I drop new content. Thank you for joining. Make sure you stick around, watch other videos. If this is your first time, welcome. Hola. Stay a while. Check out my other videos. They're fun, and I try to keep them entertaining and engaging. Try to. Anyway, love. All right, cool. So thanks for sticking around, everybody, for the showing off the toys part of the video. So yeah, so I'll show you a couple of things. This is my drinking horn, not a toy, but it is a functional drinking horn. I do use this occasionally. There is the Infinity Gauntlet worn by the Hulk. And here's a couple of Dragon Ball Z characters, as you can see. Well, Dragon Ball characters, I should say. This is my perfect grade Exia, as you can see. Got a couple other Gundams here. My 9.8 Spider-Man, Todd McFarlane, because it's one of my favorites. I love Todd McFarlane. Got these G.I. Joes that I just had to get. It's Cobra Commander. as like a presidential candidate. I think it was funny and so appropriate with our current climate. Just saying. Let's see what else I got. Got the Millennium Falcon up here. And Legos. You can see you got a TIE Fighter. You got Vader, Stormtrooper Samurai dudes. And I got a Two-Face Batman. I'll try to zoom. There you go. And I got Steampunk Batman. Then I got the Batman Who Laughs with the pet robins. Then I also got Joker Batman down here. There you go. Little Batman. Cowboy Batman. Got a little Harley hanging out with him. And then a couple of dragons. I'm a big dragon fan. Got the Red Lantern of Rage, as you can see, with the power ring. Yes, it does light up. No, I will not show you, because then I have to open up my cabinet, and I don't like doing that. Here is the Voltron Force. That's right. All 5 colored lions, 1 through 5. And they do get together and make a full-on Voltron out of Lego. I don't have him built because he is too tall, but I can put them together. Maybe I'll show that to you guys another day. Maybe if you request it, I'll show it to you. Here's some Spawns, because I am a huge Spawn fan. As I already said, I'm a Todd McFarlane fan. This is obviously why. Then I got a couple more Spawns up here. These guys are old. These statues are very old. Actually, I bought these guys at a comic book shop like over 10 years ago, maybe like 13 years ago. That is my Kylo Ren Black Series Force Effects lightsaber. The blade and the side blades do come out, and they do attach back on, which is cool. Another Spawn, the original Infinity Gauntlet worn by Thanos, and this is a whole wall of just Gundams. For my endless Waltz fans, you guys might recognize Sandrock there. Couple more. Love this guy. Cool samurai dude. Heavy Arms for my Gundam fans. Heavy Arms custom. Again, for my Gundam Wing fans. Dynamaz, because it's a robot with a giant sniper rifle. How cool is that? Death Scythe. Alright, looking cool as shit. Got this guy, Gyaradoga. He's a big fella, as you can see by comparison with the other guys. And then this monstrosity, the full armor Unicorn Verka. This guy is a beast to build. He's a beast to move, and that's why he'll never leave that area, because if I do, I'll break him. That's my cologne collection, because I love colognes. So yeah, enjoy. I do have a couple more toys. As you can see, I have a lot of lightsabers. Let me move back. I have my lightsabers mounted on my booth because I can, because I'm a nerd. That's what I do. I do have some empty shelf space, but that's okay. Not wrong with that. That is my Harley Davidson Lego Megatron, as well as Optimus Prime and 2 other guys. Forget their names, but they're from the movies, so they're there. And then a couple of high-grade Gundams from the OG, except that guy. From the OG Gundam Wing, Shenlong. I believe that's Wing 0? I think that's Wing 0. Death Scythe again, and then Wing Gundam. Or it might be reversed. I don't remember. A couple more toys. Got Ant-Man's helmet. Miles Morales, because he's awesome. Mjolnir. Cool piece of art that a good friend of mine actually made for me, my boy Jeff. Fantastic art, as you can see. So had to put it up because it's awesome, and he made it for me. This is a great piece because I am a luchador fan. It should be noted that the luchador does not don his mask to conceal his identity, but rather to reveal it. That's deep. Couple of tiny Gundams. Got Kylo Ren's helmet. Got another Spawn hanging out. Got a guitar. Alright, my motorcycle helmet, as well as a very large Darth Maul lightsaber, and then Darth Vader's lightsaber. To the end, that is not the end of it. I also have Cap shield here as well, because you gotta have Cap shield. And I also got this Focusrite 2A2. If anybody wants it, let me know. Yeah, because I don't use it anymore. And that's about it. I do have a couple of things. Got my weights there. Got my Crocs because I like to be comfy. That's my backlog of Gundams that I still have to assemble. That's my studio light. And this is my totally rockin' rug. Makes it look like I'm going into a hole. But I'm not. And yeah, that is my office, guys. So thanks for checking it out. Thanks for tuning in. Much love. Have a good one. Thanks for watching the video. Later.